Do Nothing.
Really,
Which is what all of us just did. Yeah.
Meta.
Absolutely.
Meta?
The later,
I even know.
Oh, yeah, you. The debut album from Nottingham-based band. Is that correct?
Who cares?
I don't know.
Who gives a shit?
Well, fuck you both. It's called Snake Sideways. One of them two is gonna talk to you about it.
Oh wow. Okay then, we're coming in like that, are we?
Well, no one cares.
Go on,
Apparently.
Jan, you crack on, son.
I don't care where they're from.
Well,
I
I
what
do.
you
I'm
think
trying to
about
find
the
it now.
music. Right. Okay. So it starts off
They are
right,
Nottingham-based.
and a bit of music
well
plays.
done, Carl. Jesus Christ.
You done?
Struth.
What's happening? Do Nothing, Sit Sideways. First song, Nerve. Love it. Love Nerve. Got some nerve on them to open with a track this good, in my full opinion. I've not really made that many notes.
No, let's not go through it track by track either.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't going to do that. I was just going to say that I like the opener, so, cool it, will you?
Let me say, guys. Go on, Carl.
Well, I've got very little to say, so I'll just say it all
Love
now.
that.
I enjoyed this album much more than I thought I would, based on recent singles. I was a big fan of Glueland when it came out. LeBron
Take the words
James,
right out of my mouth.
fantastic. However, the voice is just still a little bit too taxing for me.
Grow up.
Just purely
Grow up.
because. No, shut up. I've got reasons.
No.
The inflection
You're a bigot.
always the same.
Voicist.
It's it's always the same
Yeah, great.
style, and it's boring for the whole album.
You're
No.
boring.
Maybe I am. I am quite monotone.
No.
You know, that'll.
No,
But the highlights on the album for me are Happy Feet, Fine, and Ivy.
Fine.
Fuck off, Yanni. We all have
What?
opinions.
That is mad.
You're so off your head. What?
I'd like to preface I've listened to this album in full once.
That's your problem.
And the other ones I had to stop. Not through like panic, but I was busy.
Panic.
So,
I love that. I love the idea
Right,
of you
okay,
panicking.
so from this album, I absolutely adore Moving Target. It's probably my favourite Do Nothing song I've ever heard so far that they've released. I was surprised that the rest of the album followed in the sort of musical stylings of Moving Target, because when it was initially released as a single, I felt like it was very of its own style, but that wasn't the case, thankfully. So it's a very consistent album for me. The voice, I sort of know what you mean, but it's not as bad as what, I don't know, I thought I had in my head when we'd heard like the EPs before. Like, it sort of didn't really matter, maybe. No, you don't speak now.
Gonna make a good point. But
Fingers on lips. Come
Well, what was your point? I like it.
It was just gonna be a comparison between the vocals on this album to the vocals on the Geese record, and how interesting they are on the Geese record to how predictable they are on this record, shall we say?
Great points, Carl. So,
Thank you.
yeah,
So pointy.
yeah, I see what you mean, but also I just
Don't agree
enjoyed
with
other aspects of it. And I think that outweighed my maybe initial dislike towards the voice to a point where it overcame that dislike. So, yeah, like I said before, love Nerve, love Moving Target, and I could just sort of put the album on and have a good time. It's not really like any of the standout tracks other than I like it.
Wow. He just likes it. I think the vocals, I don't know if this is because I've listened to $0 Bill like a lot since the last few years it's been out, particularly New Life and LeBron James. The vocals for me are absolutely, there's no issue whatsoever. It's so confusing to me to hear that. But as Dave Byrne once said, all my favourite singers couldn't sing. But like I think
Describe
on this
him, Tim.
album,
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not
I
saying.
know.
I'm
I'm
not
just
saying he can't.
throwing. I just like that. I like that phrase. But I genuinely on this album think his vocals absolutely come into their own, and I think it fits perfectly to the really kind of. I'm not saying these words apply to the vocals necessarily, but the kind of off-kilter, jaggedy kind of music, the snaking music, if you will, snaking sideways. You know what I mean? If the vocals fit perfectly to that, it's a perfect marriage, if you will. And I think there's a great display of the vocals on this album. I think musically, it's really impressive to see the evolution from $0 Bill and the early stuff to this, because it feels so seamless in a way. Like, it doesn't seem that different, but like you can definitely tell the maturity in the musicianship and the songwriting. The lyrics are really weird, which I like. I like that. You know, sometimes it's nice to get something that makes
He loves
little
that. He
to
does.
no sense.
I do.
But yeah,
He
genuinely
do.
very impressed. I wasn't expecting to love this album as much as I do. From the singles, I mean, I'm basically copying what you said before, Yanni, but from the singles, there was nothing other than Moving Target that really stood out to me. Moving Target's still a massive highlight on the album, but the rest of the songs fit so well within the context of the album because they've peppered them in within other Moving Target like songs, like you said, Yanni, which is interesting that they've gone in that direction, like you said, Yanni, and I'm happy they did. Like you said, Yanni, I did nod along throughout the whole time you were talking. So
right.
check back on tape. I mean, we talked about it the other day, actually, so you know that I
Yeah.
agree. Yeah, genuinely very, very happy with the album, and I'm glad that I enjoyed it. It was kind of like a very pleasant surprise. It's made the tattoo from the album that I got feel a lot better, which was a very big moment of blind faith, I suppose, of getting some of the artwork tattooed on my body. Not that it really ever mattered. I ever hated the album, but I'm glad I do, at least.
He's glad he do nothing. So we're gonna rate it, aren't we, boys?
Yeah,
Are you sure?
Sure.
if we have to.
Yeah. It's my own fault, but I'm gonna give it a 6 because it just hasn't gelled with me.
I'm not even going to bring up the number for that, Colin. No, I am ready. Very quickly.
I know it's harsh.
Yeah, well.
I mean, if that's how you feel, mate.
Does it make you feel? I'm giving it an 8.
Well, Liam, isn't that great that we as mates can be on the same page? And I'm going to give it also an 8.
Well, that's
Lovely.
good. That's good. That wouldn't have worked as well with it. So that gives us a grand score of 22 divided by 3. It's an average of 7. Is that right? Oh, it's annoying, Colin.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
It seems like it should be the right average.
How's
Yeah.
that annoying?
I don't know. I said that before I really thought about what I was saying, so I do apologise. It's a full score of 7. Should I show my tattoo? I just realised I didn't show it before when I talked about it. There it is. Oh, there's the faces. That was from.
What's that from?
The
I
faces.
think it was from the Happy Feet single. Or was it Amoeba, maybe?
Doesn't show on Spotify anymore. It's been changed to the
Oh, it has,
Snake
yeah.
Service.
It has. You'll see it on their socials. Oh, no, it is on Happy Feet. It's on the Happy Feet single.
Oh,
It's in the top right corner. It's very small.